Yeah, welcome to Late Night with Bridget and Holly. I'm your host, Holly.
And I'm your host, Bridget.
And y'all, tonight's show is called The Year I Was Born. But before we get started, let me remind you, if you have not yet subscribed to our YouTube channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you can be notified every Tuesday and Friday when we drop new episodes. Also, we are on pretty much any and every podcast station that is available out there. If you do not see us on that, you can email us at bridgetandholly@gmail.com, and our girl Bridget will make sure we get on that station for you. So, yeah, I'm really excited about this podcast being because me and Bridget are 8 years apart, and that's not that far, but I'm curious to see how much things have changed just in 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
So, Bridget, how was your day been and your
It's
vacation?
it was good. Everything's been good. I've been resting up from the vacay, and we're preparing to. Y'all, we pre-record these shows, so when you hear them, it's going to be a month old. But
Yeah.
we're preparing to go to the Redneck Brawl this Saturday. And my mother-in-law asked me, she's a little Christian thing, you know what I'm
Uh
saying?
huh.
And we was riding around with her today, and she asked me, she said, now, Ronnie said y'all was going somewhere this weekend. And I said, yeah. And she said, something about somebody fighting or something. And I said, yeah, the Redneck Brawl. And I told her that. And she said, what is that? And I said, just a bunch of rednecks getting together and whooping the crap out of each other. Because she's Christian. I don't cuss in front of her. And she goes, and you like that? I said, I love that. I said, I absolutely love that. And I told her, I said, they get up there, they've lost teeth, they do this. I said, to get up there and cuss each other and fight each other. And she said, and you like that? I said, yeah. She said, something's wrong with you.
Oh my God. Jason, he was wanting to go to it this year too, and he was telling me about it, and I was like, yeah, that's where Bridget's going. I cannot wait to see the footage that you get. You got to entertain me the whole time you there. Like, you got to see me and Jason clips so we could be eating popcorn and watching.
Yeah, there you go. If they let you record, that might be like no
Oh,
recording type thing. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, that is true. Some places are like that. They're funny and won't let
Yeah.
you have your phones out and stuff.
Sure won't. Damn
Well,
it.
since you are older than me and I respect my elders, I'm going to let you start off first with the year I was born, Miss 1971.
Okay, so to that statement, fuck you.
But you love me. You love me.
Oh, damn. You just had to go in for the whole. You're older than me. Okay, so the first thing I started with was the cost of living. So I did a new house, and it was 25,200. So did you do a house?
I did.
Okay, and
And a new home. What'd you say yours was?
25,200.
Carl, it damn near doubled plus a little more. $58,100 for a new house.
Wow,
And that's just
that's
a
crazy.
span of 8 years. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So average income was $10,622 per year.
$17,500 per year.
So that almost doubled. Wow.
Yes.
Ready for this? A new car was $3,560.
Okay, I am noticing a pattern. And God, I know we ain't gonna be able to do it on this podcast, but we're gonna have to break it down and kind of go every 8 years just to see if our stuff lines up right. A new car in 1979 was $6,848.
Wow. Average rent was $150 per month.
Well, now I didn't do rent. I did the new home, but I didn't do any rent.
Okay. I'd have been curious to see what that was. Okay, tuition to Harvard University. So Harvard's like one of your upscale colleges, but it
Oh
was
yes, prestige.
$2,600 per year.
God, and I think when JoJo was looking that up, like in this year, it was like I think over 70 to $90,000.
Per year. Wow.
Wow,
Who
I
can
didn't do that
afford
either for
that?
79.
All right. And then a movie ticket was $1.50.
And 79, it was $2.51. So it went up a
So
dollar and one.
yeah. Gasoline was 40 cents per gallon.
86 cent per gallon.
Damn it, doubled again. Okay, a postage stamp was 8 cents.
15 cent.
Okay. Okay, food. I did granulated sugar, 62 cents for 5 pound bag.
I did milk for $1.62 a gallon.
Okay, now milk. I did milk too. It was $1.17 a gallon.
Okay, so it went up a little bit, but not much in 8 years.
Mm-hmm. Did you do ground coffee?
I did a cup of coffee, and a cup of coffee was 86 cents.
Well, the ground coffee was 98 cents a pound, so you could have made a lot of cups of coffee with
Oh my
that.
God, yeah, you could.
Uh,
Wow.
did you do bacon?
No,
Okay, so
and I didn't
bacon
do
was
hamburger meat either.
bacon was 80 cents per pound.
80. God, you can't get a good cut of bacon for at least $8 or $9.
Yep. Eggs? Did you do eggs?
Oh no, I did not do eggs.
Eggs was 45 cents a dozen.
45 cents.
Yes.
Oh my God. Wait. I did do eggs. They were 83 cents. 83 cents, sorry. 83
Okay.
cents for eggs.
And hamburger was 62 cents a pound.
Oh my God, that hurt. I pay over like $7 and some change just
I
for
know.
2 pounds of 93 lean
So
hamburger
here's
meat.
what I wished. I wish we could have
Oh,
2024 income and 1970s prices.
yes. And I also did a loaf of bread was
Uh-huh.
32 cents.
I didn't do bread. I should have did bread. Mm,
Yeah, loaf of bread was 32 cents. Oh,
mm.
oh, excuse me. Um, so who was the president in 1971?
Richard Nixon. He was president from 1969 to 1974.
Oh, for me, on my year, it was Jimmy Carter. I didn't write down how long he was president for, but Jimmy Carter was my president when I was born.
I like Jimmy Carter. I think he was a good
I think
president.
a lot of people liked him. JFK, Jimmy Carter, Ronald
Hmm.
Reagan. Those are the ones that, like, I heard, of course, a lot of good things about.
Yeah. All right. Did you do the Super Bowl winner?
No.
Now the Super
Who
Bowl
won?
winner, the Colts defeated the Cowboys 16-13. Whoop, whoop.
God, that was close though. That
Yeah,
was
well,
really
that's all right. I
close.
hate the Cowboys, so I'm glad they lost them the year I was
He was
born.
like, hell yeah. Um, I did what's called things in style for men and
Uh-huh.
women.
Okay.
So for women, back in the day in 1979, polyester, flared trousers,
Mm-hmm.
platform shoes, and Farrah Fawcett flicks were popular. And for men, it was V-neck velour shirts, turtlenecks, chest hair and sideburns, and afros and mullets.
Oh, how funny. So I did do popular style of clothes, but I didn't do men and women. But it was tie-dye shirts, bell bottoms, frayed jeans, and pantsuits.
Oh, see, like the tie dye, the frayed jeans, and the bell bottoms. Like that's my style. I
Me
love
too.
now.
Me
Like I
too.
should have been born in your era, like for real.
Yeah. Well, I know that like we went today to Dollar General and I was getting some flowers for my dad's grave because I always get like the flowers cheap and put them together.
Right.
And they had a tie-dye bag there and I
Oh,
have a ton of tie-dye bags. Like I don't need another one. But she was stocking them and I said, what you got there? And she said, this is just a bag. And I said, oh, can I get one? She was taking it out. She said, yeah, and she had it to me. And even my mother in law said, that is so you. She said, that color is so you. I said, is it not? I said, I
oh,
love color. She said, oh, I know you do.
you got to show me the bag, and I have to go
You're
to
going
mine
to
to see
love
if
it.
they got one. And you got
You're
it at
going to
Family
love it.
Dollar.
No, Dollar General.
Oh, at Dollar General. I'm gonna have to check it out because they
Dollar,
should have it.
Dollar General.
At the Dollar General, at the DG, at
But
the
now,
DG.
you also mentioned the Farrah Fawcett hair. They did have the popular hairstyle was the shag.
Oh, that's what her hairstyle was called.
Yeah.
I did
Yeah.
not know that. I never knew that's what it was called. That's
Yeah.
crazy. Um, did you happen to check out any slang that was popular the
Yes,
year
I
that you were
did do
born?
slang. I did do
You
slang.
did. What's some of the
Yeah.
slangs that you found?
Chill out, chuck it, and chump. Boy, they said if somebody called you a chump back in 1971, that was really cussing you out. Chump.
Really?
Yeah.
So it was chump, chill out, and what?
Chuck it.
Chuck it. Is that like I'm a tuck it in the fuck it bucket like you don't
Yeah.
give a shit. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. The ones I found was psycho, which meant just kidding. Far out, which meant cool. Dream on, which meant realistic. Right on, which meant in agreement. And can you dig it, meaning do you understand?
Yeah, I
But do you
remember.
know? I didn't know that that's what can you dig it meant. I did not know it meant do you understand. I thought can you dig it meant like are you down with it? Let's go.
No, I knew it meant. Are you in agreement? Do you get it? Do you understand
Yeah,
it? Yeah.
I didn't know that that's what can you dig it meant.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah. Oh,
not know.
yeah. All right. So, did you do to the top color?
I did.
What's that?
So my top popular colors were now listen to this, okay? Red and black and white, and red and white. Those were the popular colors in '79.
Hmm. And I was surprised about this one because I see 1971 as still part of the flower power era
Yeah.
where all the tie dye stuff was popular and the color and all that stuff. But they said the top color, when I Googled it, said earthy brown.
I kind of can see that though, following along the line of the hippie-ish, but I would expected to see some tie-dye colors,
Yeah.
like pinks and purples and just flower patterns and stuff, but just earthy brown.
Now,
Huh.
I absolutely adore and love the flower power, like the 70s daisies, the big daisies.
Yes.
I'm
Oh, me
crazy about
too.
those. I'm crazy about those.
Me too. Oh my God. Um, did you one of the things I did was on the radio. So I wrote down one, two, three, four. I did five the top five most popular songs on the radio, and one of them is the top number one Billboard song.
Okay, I just did the top song.
What was your top song in '71?
It's weird. It was Joy. Oh yeah, I got it. Joy to the World by Three Dog Night. I
Oh,
remember that song.
joy to
Joy
the
to the
world,
world, all
all
the
the
boys and
boys and
girls.
girls, joy
Joy
to
to
the
the
fishes,
fishes in the
the
deep
deep
blue
blue
sea.
sea.
Joy
Yeah,
to you and
you and
me.
me. Cha 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 cha. The number one song on the Billboard for my year was My Sharona. Boom,
Oh,
da da dum, da da dum, my, and that was sang by the Knack is who sang it. So that was number one Billboard, but it was also number one on the radio. Then Bad Girls by Donna Summer. La Freak by Chic. Do You Think I'm Sexy by Rod Stewart. And Reunited by Peaches and Herb. Reunited
reunited when it feels
feels
so
so
good.
good. Go kiss a feel, baby. I got that off of Fresh Prince.
Oh, how funny. So, what about, did you do the best actor, best actress? Yes.
I did, and best award winning movie, Academy Award winning movie as well. Who you got? Who you
I
got?
did the top rated movie. George C. Scott was the best actor, and Glenda Jackson was the best actress. Never heard of either one of them.
I have not either. What was the movie?
Now, they wasn't in this movie, but the best rated movies was Clockwork Orange.
Clockwork. Oh, I've heard of that movie. I've actually heard of Clockwork Orange. I
Yeah.
think that's got to do with some kind of chemical or something back in I don't know if it was like the war days or something that um they were like around or something.
I
God, I
don't
want to
know.
say that's what it is. Um the movie that was the Academy Award winning for Best Picture was The Deer Hunter. I from the looks of it, it was a John Wayne movie or he was in it. Best actor was John Voight. Best actress was Jane Fonda, and neither one of them were in that movie. But those were the Academy Award winner for Best Picture, Best Actor, and
Now, I've
Actress.
heard of Jane Fonda before.
Yeah, her I've heard of, but John Voight, I don't recall that name. And when I saw a picture of him, I still didn't recognize who he was.
A lot of these people I don't know.
Yeah.
So, at the time, what was the world population? I know we discussed that we was both going to do that.
So in 1979, the world's population was 4.37 billion people.
4.37 billion. And see, in 71, it was 3.7 billion people.
Oh, it didn't go up that much though.
Mm-mm. No,
In
but
eight years?
I wonder what it is currently. We should have did
Oh,
that.
I know. Oh, too bad I ain't got my other phone over here. Darn it. God, me and JoJo looked it up. Oh, and I can't remember. We actually looked that up probably about a month ago because we were looking up.
I think it's like 7 billion now, 7 or
Ain't
8
it?
billion.
Yeah, I think it's like 7 or 8 billion. It's it's gone up, but not still more than. It's not gone up as much as I thought it would after all these years.
Yeah, that's
After
true.
53 years. What was some technology that was released in 71?
I didn't do technology. I did do major events. And one
Oh, what
was
major events happened?
the voting age was lowered to 18. And Federal Express was founded by Fred Smith, FedEx.
Why? So I wonder how old you had to be before it was 18. So
I
that was
don't
the first
know.
year they lowered it to 18.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
I thought
The
it
year I
was
was born.
always 18.
You would think it because you're considered an adult then, but no, apparently it was
Yeah,
older. I'd
that's
have to
crazy.
I'd have to look up the answer for that too. We need to start having our iPads near us.
Yeah, we really do. We're gonna start doing that. Here's some of the things that I wrote down, like technology and just things that happen. So Sony, God, and I know you're gonna remember this. And y'all, if you don't know what this is when I tell it, I'll explain it. But you should know what it is. Sony released their Walkman, which cost $200 when it come out. And y'all, what that is? It's a little square contraption, and you put a cassette tape in it. If you don't know what a cassette tape is, Google it because I don't even know how to describe a cassette. Before there were CDs and iPods and all this stuff and all that, we had cassettes. You stick the tape in, hit the play button, put on your like Bridget's headset. We didn't have AirPods, earpods, all that stuff. We had headsets with a metal rod
And
that you
pieces of
adjusted.
foam. Little pieces of foam, little 2 cups of foam right here.
Yes, exactly. And it
But
was
you know
two hundred
what?
dollars back then.
I never got a Sony Walkman. I did wait.
Oh,
The knockoffs came out. We couldn't afford that.
oh,
$200. I had to wait on the Family Dollar knockoff to come out.
really?
Yeah,
I'll never forget 1 year for Christmas. I had got a Walkman, and it was a yellow Sony Walkman. I ran that thing out so much. My mama had to get me another one, and it was gray. It was a gray Sony Walkman.
yeah. Well, I remember, and the thing that I hated with cassette tapes. Do you remember you used to have to use the pencil because when you'd pull them out of the Walkman, they'd get caught. And
Yes, I
damn
would
it.
hate when they would get stuck, and if you didn't do it right, it would rip, and your tape
Yeah.
was just done for.
Or sometimes it would get raveled up backwards, and you'd have to flip it the right way and keep rolling it in there.
Yes. Do you remember, or did you know that, like, when you had, so, like, let's just say you had went to a store and you had bought Michael Jackson's cassette tape. Did you know? Of course, you can't record on those, but you can. If you take a piece of tape and cover up those air holes on the
Hmm.
top of the tape, you can re-record over it.
Oh, okay.
Yep, I never knew that. Until a friend of mine told me, and we all started doing it.
No, but I
Um,
remember when I remember I was so excited when cassette tapes would come out and they would have the lyrics in there printed on the
oh, I
little
love
thing.
that little book that you get to
Yeah,
open up.
yeah,
Oh, I loved it. I'd be opening it up and singing like I knew all the damn words.
yeah. We'd
um,
still sing them wrong though.
we do, and y'all, if y'all scroll back through our podcast, you'll see where we did a podcast on Miss her lyrics. It's pretty
Yeah.
funny. Did you know that also in 1979 that the Voyager 1 photo revealed Jupiter rings?
No.
Did not
Uh,
know that. Also, NASA Skylab fell to the Earth, landing mostly in the Indian Ocean. Did not know that. Oh, McDonald's introduced the Happy Meal to the United States in 1979.
I didn't know that
I
either.
was like, what? Growing up, I just always thought Happy Meals were here. I didn't really comprehend or think, oh well, when did they come out? I just thought they were always here.
Okay, so
Um,
you know McDonald's had Ronald McDonald. We've always known that, right?
yes,
So
yes.
so tell me, can you remember Hardy's character?
Oh my god. Oh my god. It's like I can see it. Wasn't it a Hardy box? Or was it a
Yeah,
fry?
no, it's the character. Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. But yeah,
It
no,
was a
it was.
cheeseburger, wasn't it?
I don't think so. Not what I'm thinking about.
God, when you tell me I'm gonna be so mad, what was it?
The Hamburglar.
No, that's McDonald's.
No, the Hamburglar was Hardy's. It was a little hamburger. He was dressed in black and white stripes, and he was called the Hamburglar. And he would steal it from Hardy's, would he not?
I got literally a McDonald's magnet with the hamburger on it on my refrigerator. What was-
Maybe by the time I was, maybe by the time 1979, he switched.
Maybe he did. Maybe because there was the Hamburglar. There was the purple monster. What was he?
Oh yeah,
Grim.
Grimace,
Grim.
Grimace.
Yeah, they were. I thought they
You
were
right,
partners.
you right. That's McDonald's. Never mind, I was kidding. Oh shit! Yeah, I fucked that up, didn't I? I fucked that all the way up. So I don't know what
Oh,
Hardy's mascot was. Fuck it.
oh God! I don't know if Hardy's had a man.
I would think they would have to compete with McDonald's. The Hamburglar, he
Oh
left.
my God!
He moved to McDonald's.
Oh
She's
God,
like,
Bridget, you
she's
made
like,
me
bitch.
chuckle on that one.
She's like, bitch. I got a magnet in there with a hamburger that says McDonald's. Don't be arguing with me.
I was like, am I losing my fucking mind? And when you started saying and describing them, and he's like, they call him the hamburger. And I'm like, oh, I mean, the hamburger at McDonald's, he's calling the Black Mask. And,
Yeah, that's him. He must have ran from Hardee's and went over to McDonald's when it was
oh, God.
built.
Maybe he was in jail and he just escaped. And he's like, fuck you, Hardee's. I'm deuces. Peace out. I'm going to
I think
McDonald's.
that's what it is. I'm gonna have somebody from a spokesperson from Hardee's come back and tell me what the fuck it
Oh, God.
was.
We're going to have to Google that after the podcast and see if they had a mascot.
Sorry,
Um,
Hardee's.
oh, God, that was funny. It's like,
What you
C-SPAN.
laughing at? You laughing at my fuck up?
I'm laughing at the Hamburglar, yeah. C-SPAN was launched in
Uh huh.
'79.
Uh huh.
And also,
You know who
uh,
C-SPAN's mascot was, don't you?
Grams.
It was Grimace. It was Grimace. He's a little purple monster. No, I'm just fucking with you.
Oh my god. Oh god. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm telling you. I'm like, I don't know if you can see it, but I'm like crying over here. She's got me in stitches. Um. Okay. So another thing that that me and Bridget did write down, we wrote down like what was popular in the box office and stuff like that. We're gonna go over that, but I also wrote down movies that came out the year that I was born. But what movies were popular in '71?
I just did that one, and it was called Clockwork Orange.
Oh, you got me so fucked up. Okay, yeah,
I already said that one.
you did, didn't you? Okay,
I
in
did.
'79, these are the movies that were in the actual box office, which was hold on, gosh, she's got me like so discombobulated. Okay, in the theaters, it was Star Trek, Every Which Way But Loose, Superman, Alien, and Rocky 2. The most popular TV shows that were on the air in '79: Mork and Mindy, The Dukes of Hazzard, Happy Days, and Three's Company.
I
But
loved all them.
me too. My
Now,
daddy and brother
now I
were
did
huge
write down the
fans of Dukes of
popular
Hazzard.
TV. I did
Oh,
write down the
what was popular in your
uh,
year?
All in the Family with Archie Bunker.
Oh God, I loved when what's her name? Edith. Wasn't that her name?
Yeah.
would sing, I
Oh,
remember you was near.
yeah,
Oh,
she'd say, now, Archie.
oh my God, Bridget, when we do impressions, you need to do her because you sound just like her.
Did I do good?
Do it again.
Now, Archie, you know better than that.
That face, because you're like, oh God. I love that show. I
And
loved it.
remember Meathead? Their son Meathead?
Oh yes, I
Yeah.
do remember him.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Um. Oh, and also the movies that were released during my year of 1979 was Amityville Horror, the
Oh,
OG, the very first one.
yeah.
The Jerk, which had Steve Martin in it.
Oh, yes.
The Muppets first movie. I
Mm-hmm.
love that movie. And When a Stranger Calls. Did you ever watch the original When a Stranger Calls?
I don't think
It's
so, but I need to.
you got to because it's actually streaming on Peacock. It is streaming on Peacock. Jason is terrified of that movie. If he walks into the room and it's on, he walks out. It is creepy. It is creepy, creepy, creepy. They redid it in the 2000s. They did not do that movie justice. Like Camille Bell starred in it. She's a good actress, but that they did not do the original movie justice. So you've got to watch it. It's creepy. It's just it's creepy.
So let me share a story with you because I've told it several times today. Because today's May 1st and it marks the anniversary of my dad passing 22 years ago.
Uh huh.
So that tells y'all how far back we're recording. So when you mentioned the movie The Jerk, I have to tell you, have you ever seen the movie The Jerk?
No, I don't think I have. I want to. It's not the one where he's the milkman, is it? In the movie.
I don't remember that part. I just know he was kind of rich. He was rich and famous for a while. And then he got to where he started losing everything. And at the end of it, when he started losing everything and he was getting kicked out of his beautiful mansion, he's
Oh,
like,
okay. So I
okay.
hadn't seen it.
He says,
Okay.
okay, okay, I'll go. But I just want to take this right here. And he picked up a book and he tucked it under here. And he said, I just want to take this right here. And he picked up a chair. And he only had like a few things. So here he was walking down the road in this tattered robe. His clothes was hanging off him. His pajamas hanging off him. He was carrying all these odd household items. You know what I'm saying? Just like
Uh
a toaster, a chair, just
huh.
shit you wouldn't put together. So it was funny. Well, keep that in mind when I tell you this story.
Okay.
One of the best memories I have about me and my dad was he and I went in together and started a flea market business. Okay. Now I was just a helper. He was the financials behind it. Like buy the stuff. We would go up there and sell it, but dad would still after he took out his cost of what he paid for the item. We would split the profit 50-50. He always did that with me. But he
Oh,
got his money back. So let's say we bought something for $10 and sold it for 20, then he got his 10 back and we'd have
right.
10 profit. He would split the profit with me.
So you get five, he get five.
Yeah. So anyhow, we decided to start going to auctions and it was our first auction.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was a very new experience for us. And we didn't understand, the ins and outs of it, but they would have what you call table deals where they put
Uh
a
huh.
bunch of stuff on a table and you'd buy the whole table. You just take everything on it. You just not instead of picking and choosing items.
Oh,
Well, me being the partner who doesn't put in the finances, like I was buying everything. I was raising my hand buying everything. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
and dad was like, now hold on a minute, you gotta slow down a little bit because I was spending money like it was water. And so anyhow, we get in the end of the night, we get done, and he's looking around and he's going, oh my God, we've got all this stuff. Now I had a little 4-seater car, kind of like as small as my car now. It's just a little sedan. And
Uh huh.
I had went to the laundromat that day and I had a laundry basket in the back. So I get out there and I'm like, we take everything out of the auction that we have and it's sitting all around the car. I stuffed my trunk full. I stuffed my back seat full. I stuffed the front seat full so much that stuff was coming over in the console in the driver's side.
Oh
And I get it
God.
all in there and I slam the door shut, the passenger door shut, and I even use my body to get it shut. And I
Uh-huh.
turned around and I was so proud of myself. And I said, whew, we got it all in there. Well, there stood my dad, him in that laundry basket. And
Oh no, where were they gonna go?
he was like, he was like, well, I mean, you got it all in there, but me and this basket. And I was like, oh God. I said, what are we going to do? It wasn't the greatest part of town either. It was Longview, which was at night can be a dangerous part of town.
Uh-huh.
And he was like, I guess you're just going to have to go to the house and unload some stuff and come back and get me. I'm like, Daddy, I don't want to leave you like this. And he goes, I'll start walking. It'll be fine. He said, just run to the house because the house is only like 5-10 minutes away. Just run to the house. So I rushed to his house, pull in the driveway, and start chunking stuff out of the front seat and just throwing it in the front yard. Okay.
Oh God.
And then I speed back to get him. When I pulled down the road, here he come. He was walking down the road, and my headlights hit him. And here he was walking, holding this laundry basket. It reminded me of Steve Martin in The Jerk, the movie The Jerk.
Oh my God.
I was
Oh.
rolling. I was rolling, and I pulled up and I said, "Hey, do you need a ride?" And he said, "Yeah. All I want is just me in this basket right here."
See, that's a good memory. That's a
It
memory you
is.
won't never forget.
No, I won't.
Because
Mm-mm.
you know what I mean? Like he did that for you. It was like that's just a good sweet memory to hold on to.
Me and my dad was even. We were close even as I got older, and he told me, he said, I thank you for staying close with me, even though you're an adult. He said, because a lot of adult
Oh.
kids, he said, they grow up and either grow away from their parents
Yes.
or they move away and move to another state. And he said, it disappoints me that children do that because they don't realize how much their parents still need them.
Yeah, and how little time they possibly have left.
Yeah.
Like it's heartbreaking. And with you, I know this is a different subject, but with you, growing up without your mom and me losing my dad at such a young age, we definitely held on tighter to our parent that was left.
Yep. Yep.
So we did anything and everything under the sun for them.
Mm-hmm.
Like even when I went to Minnesota for a couple of months, and my mama thought I wasn't never coming back. I was like, I'm coming back. I was back
Yeah.
in 3.5 months and
Yeah.
never left again.
Yeah. Well,
So,
that's why, with my situation with my son that I'm estranged from, I've told him before because he loved my dad. And he's like, well, I've told him before. I said, your papa would be very disappointed in what you're doing
oh
right
yeah,
now. And
definitely.
he got upset that I said that. And I know it probably hurt his feelings. It was factual,
But you're
but
speaking the truth because you knew your dad. You
I
knew
knew my
his
dad.
beliefs and
Hmm.
things like that.
Yeah, because he even said back then, he said kids grow up and they turn against their parents. And he said they don't realize, he said they're not giving their parents enough grace because we're just a
No,
product of how we were raised and what we went through. And
exactly.
we don't, he said, you've got to give your parents grace. He said, because how many times did you fuck up as a kid? You know what I'm saying? Do things
We
wrong as a
all
kid
did, right?
and your parents stood beside you and forgave you. So when they get older and they do things that you may not necessarily agree with, where's their grace?
Mm-hmm.
Where's their forgiveness? You know what I'm saying? So I knew how my dad felt about that because he had
Right.
thanked me on multiple occasions. Like we'd go to Carowinds together. He always thanked me for including him. He said, I appreciate you including me because
Oh
a lot of kids don't do that when they get older.
no, they don't. I'm glad that me and you aren't those kids.
That's right.
Like,
That was my little nostalgic moment.
but
Just
I love that, and I love that you shared that with us. Yeah, this has been a such a fun podcast. We do got
it
one more thing
has.
that we're gonna share with y'all, and I think we'll
Go ahead.
be done with it. And it's I think me and Bridget both wrote it down. The toys that were released. Did you write down toys from your year?
I did, and we also need to do the celebrity birthdays that we share.
Oh, so
So,
yes, yes.
so the toys, the most popular toy with them was a Weeble. It was based
Oh
on a
my God,
clown.
Weeble Bobble, but you don't fall down. I
Yeah,
remember the Weebles.
based on a clown from the TV show Romper Room.
Ooh, I hate clowns though.
But he was a clown. That little Weeble Wobble was a clown. Did you remember him?
I do, but I don't remember the clown part of them. I just
Yeah,
remember being fat and red and white, and I just spun the shit out of them.
Yeah, but he was a clown. If you look on his face, he was a clown.
I never, which, I didn't start having a fear of clowns until I got older.
Yeah, so it probably didn't
Cause,
bother you then.
yeah, because I was really little when I remember the Weebles
Uh
and
huh.
playing with them, but I didn't start getting afraid of clowns probably till, I don't know, probably till I got like the beginning of middle school.
Oh,
I think I would say is when I started getting afraid of them.
gotcha.
Um, for mine, the toys that I wrote down was, but and I remember these. I remember all of these. Barbie Superstar Stage, and back then it ran 14.44. I would love to see what it ran today because it's probably like 50, 60, $70 now.
Probably.
Um, Air hockey, which was $16.88. Connect Four was
Oh,
$4.94. Beanbag chairs, $9.99. Now you gonna pay like $100 for them beanbag chair.
yeah.
Um, get this, dollhouse and furniture, $26.99 for both of them. You got a 4 bedroom dollhouse and all the furniture to furnish it.
Wow.
And now just the dollhouse alone is $80 or more. And final toy, and you probably have one too because we did, the Atari 400. That motherfucker was $594.95.
I never had an Atari.
Oh, you
My
never had an Atari?
remember, I just said I was poor. I couldn't afford a $200 Walkman, so we couldn't afford shit like that. Now I had friends that had that, and I played on theirs. But I will tell you a couple of the toys that I remember as a kid, and I think
Uh
everybody had one of these. And one of them was
huh.
the little telephone that you would pull with a cord, and the eyes would go up and down.
Oh,
You
yes.
remember that? And do you remember the
I
popper?
do.
The popper, it'd go tick, 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 when you'd push it around. It had the little plastic bulb on top, and it had
Oh
the
my
little popper.
God. Yes, because they had the vacuum cleaners that were like
Yeah,
that, the
yeah,
lawnmowers. I had those growing up.
yes. Don't
Oh
that
my
take you
God.
back?
It
I love
does. The
those.
one, the two toys, well, three toys that take me back to when I was little was Cabbage Patch Kids. I had so many of them. Um,
I never
uh,
had one of them either. Couldn't afford that either.
until Mr. Ronnie got it for you on
I'm
that.
telling you, my dad, we were dirt poor. My dad made $80 a week and had to pay rent, buy
Oh,
food, everything. $80 a week.
that's crazy. Rainbow Bright and Strawberry Shortcake. Oh, and who could forget about Teddy Ruxpin?
Yeah, I
The
never had
Teddy
one of those
Ruxpin
either.
doll. Yes. I love
No,
my little Teddy.
Christmas for me was one outfit, one toy. That's all you got. One outfit,
Oh, it's
one
yeah,
toy.
it's making me sound like we were spoiled rich and stuff when we weren't. Like, what my mom and daddy, God, I mean, I remember one year her telling me a story that there was this store that they had uptown and it was called the dime store or something, and she went there to get Christmas one year and did layaway and stuff like that. So I don't know much about it, but I mean we didn't grow up like rich or nothing like that.
You had all the name brand toys though that I never had.
But you gotta remember too, they were a lot cheaper 8 years later probably, because I remember Larry, I think, was the one that got the Atari. So he is 3 years older than me. He was born in '76. So if Atari came out in '79 and he was born in '76, he probably didn't get it till he was like early teenager probably. So
Yeah,
that was probably a good, I don't know what, maybe eight years after it come out or 7 years after it came out
yeah,
is what I'm
yeah,
thinking. So it probably was nowhere near being $600 back then.
yeah. My
Who?
daddy, his eyes would have peeled back. I mean, his head would have peeled back if I'd asked for a $200 toy.
Yeah, that, because even the Walkmans, like they came out in '79, and I went through two, I think three Walkmans actually, and they weren't $200 back then. Not when I got them. They were 200 when they came out in '79, and I got my first Walkman probably when I was 8 or 9 or something like that. So you can imagine back then they probably were like 60 or
Well,
70 or
see, my
$80.
my cousin. I know we're getting off on a whole different thing. This is what I love about our podcast, though. But
I do too.
my cousin she was a year or two older than me, so I wore a lot of her hand me downs.
Uh huh.
And I'll never forget when my dad and my and my uncle Ed, which is his brother, had got into a big disagreement, and it was over a lot of stuff that happened to me as a child. Uh, they went into not speaking terms, and I remember my uncle Ed sent my cousin Deneen to school with two, because back then they had paper bags. We didn't have plastic bags like we do now,
Uh,
and they didn't have handles on them. So
oh God.
she come into school carrying two paper bags with clothes. She's like, "Here, Bridget, here's some clothes." And I'm like, "Okay." So here I'm riding home on the bus with these two paper bags. Listen,
Oh
I
my God.
I get home, I go in, and my dad comes home from work, and he goes, "What's this?" Because I had it set on the ground. I said, "Deneen brought me some clothes." He said, "Oh no, no, we don't want no more of their stuff. Take that back." So the next day, I had to get on the bus
Oh
and
my
carry,
God.
and carry them back to school. And then she had to tote them around school all
Oh my God. Why did he make? I mean, I get because you know what had happened between you and him, but that was her going through her clothes, giving them to you from her, right?
from no, my uncle Ed, my aunt Ann had went through the clothes and gave them to Deneen, and
Oh,
said, take these to Bridget, So
oh no, God!
and
I
my
bet
dad,
y'all were the laughing stock back
we
then on
were
that.
so embarrassed.
I would have been embarrassed too. Two big old bags,
Yeah,
and you had to walk around with school. Cause
too big.
did y'all have
We
lockers in '71?
No, this was elementary school, and but you did change. We'd change like two or three classes, and every time
Oh
I would
my
have
God!
to get my. And I remember one of the guys in school was making fun of me. He said, "Don't forget your brown paper bag full of clothes." I'm like, I'm not.
Oh my
So
God!
I had to get my books and all this, and then scoop up them two
And then
brown
two damn
bags.
bags. Damn, maybe I need to start putting the trash in brown bags so Jason will remember to take it out.
You
That's
might.
actually because those are an eyesore. That's actually a good idea. That was a cute
When I
story.
tell you I struggled as a child, I got tons of those stories. Just
We're definitely gonna. You're definitely got to fill me in on some more of those stories. Um, so last thing that we got, y'all, is who did we share our birthday with? So Bridget, you go first. I'd like to know who you shared with.
the only ones I only wrote down ones that I recognized the name, and it was
That's what I did too.
Melissa Etheridge and Annette
Oh,
Benning.
come to my window. Annette Bening. Oh my God. She is such an amazing actress. She is in that new series on Peacock that they just dropped. Season one is out called The Apple Doesn't Fall Far from the Tree.
Uh
Or
huh.
no, Bad Apple. You know what I'm talking about. But anyway, it's a good show. You
Okay.
got to watch it. I think it's called, is it called Bad Apples? Or The Apple Doesn't Fall Far from the Tree? I don't know. But one of my favorite movies she was in was you remember the movie, or have you ever seen the movie Regarding Henry?
I think so. Yes.
She was in it, and then what's his name? Oh my God, it's on the tip of my tongue. He was in the Indiana Jones movies. He was
Oh,
in
Harrison Ford.
oh yes, with his fine self. It was where he got shot and he
Yeah.
couldn't speak and remember. Just such a good movie.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, that's awesome. Like I'm jealous of that. I'm jealous of that. I only wrote down two as well because there was 183 people that shared my birthday. I didn't know any of them but these two people. So one is Michelle Lee, and I don't know if you know who she is, but did you ever watch a show called Knots Landing?
I didn't get into that. Mm-mm.
Well, I love Knots Landing, and she played Karen McKenzie, aka Mac's wife.
Okay.
And she's been also in like a lot of Lifetime movies too. And then the second one I wrote down was Betsy Randall, and she played the mom in Boy Meets World, which I grew up watching and
Okay.
absolutely. Where he goes, I come to Banga Topanga,
Oh
in
yeah.
Topanga. That yeah, she was the mom in Boy Meets World.
I got you.
Yeah, this was so much fun. I
It
think
was.
we should do like another podcast like this and just choose random years and stuff like that. But we hope that y'all have enjoyed it. Y'all, please don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Don't forget to click the notification bell. We trying to get off new shows. Ask Bridget and Holly, Confessions, and Settle the Argument is going into another year, and we still haven't got enough for it. So we may just drop them, come up with new ideas to see if y'all are interested in it. And on that note, I ain't got nothing else. What about you, Bestie?
No, that's it. That sound good. That's a sign out.
All right. Over and out. Love you guys. Y'all have a good night.